I just wanted to, I forgot to mention, if you'd like to send an email using our tool, you just go to GenWhyMedia, GenWhy media.ca, and under Save the Waldorf, you can use the tool there and share it on us. About 2 weeks ago, we put up a petition on change.org along with a guy named Tim. We didn't know each other was putting up the petitions. And we eventually merged the petitions, and as of today, I think we're at like 19,000 signatures. So that was awesome. So we got those. It took us about a little over a week to get the 19,000 signatures. And then since then we ramped up the campaign. So today we built an email tool which we sent to the people who had signed the petition, which sent an email to Solterra, which is the development company, basically saying, I don't know whoever it was that was sending the letter. So if it was me, I would say, Tara, I don't agree with what's been happening here. And then it CC'd the Mac marketing company who does the marketing for Solterra. And the reason why we did this, and the reason why it's important, is because Mac marketing markets to us. We're the people that frequent the Waldorf and the frequent W2 and the people who live on the downtown east side, to some degree in East Van. They're trying to sell condos to us, and so the strategy was, if you can sort of drag their name through the mud and say the community doesn't agree with what you're doing, then maybe they will listen and talk to Solterra and try and get Waldorf Productions to come to the table with Solterra and that kind of thing. We've just learned that those talks have broken down. Waldorf just put out a press release saying that they are going to have to vacate, and so next steps basically is staying engaged, and so figuring out how to take things to the next level. And I think putting pressure on the development companies is really important, because even though they're private companies, they still have a responsibility to the community, and right now they're not acting that way. They're acting like they don't have any responsibility at all to our culture and the people who live in these neighborhoods. And so keep in touch with us, and we're continuing to strategize around how we can keep the pressure on. And I'm also, just a note before I wrap up my comments, I'm on the task force of the Mayor's Engaged City Task Force, and I was talking to the mayor today about this issue, and I said, I was kind of asking him about this condo speculation and how do you expect young people to have a place to go for their culture if these developers can keep closing down our spots. And he said, well, only 34% of people voted in the municipal election, so give me my mandate and then we'll talk. But when our demographic isn't showing up to the polls, then how are we expected to have those views reflected in the decisions that are being made? And if you look at how quickly the mayor's office responded to the petition, then political power is important. Even though, whether you believe in vision or not, voting is still really important. So I'll leave you with that.
That more eloquently than her did. And just so that you guys know, I've been involved in activism for about 5 minutes. I assembled a rally on Tuesday in support of the Waldorf, and I've never even been in a rally before. I've never held a station sign in my life. And all of a sudden I found myself putting together a rally. But that's how important I felt this was, and it wasn't just that the conversation started and ended with the Waldorf. It's been going on for so long. And I guess I'm one of those people that, just watched it happen, and I finally just felt that enough is enough. And as Tara was saying, I mean, I land squarely in the demographic that Solterra and other development companies are trying to market to. And clearly their actions today and their actions so far in refusing to speak to all their productions and refusing to speak to anyone, really. Like, one press release with vague intentions doesn't really count. It clearly shows that despite what their marketing tells us, they aren't, either they have a very narrow definition of what a home is and what a community is, or they just aren't really interested in it at all. And I think that it's up to us, the onus is on us, as the market, as the demographic, as taxing citizens of the city, to say we don't want developers like that in our city. But there's no reason that a developer couldn't take go in and build things that are beneficial to existing culture that's already there and to them as well. I mean, you know, keeping the Waldorf here, it's baffling that they thought that that wasn't a good business move. With the draw that it has already, sold their conflict for them, whatever they were putting in, but so it's completely, I don't get at all why they refuse to come to a solution. And that to me just shows that they kind of aren't good business people and they don't really care about anything but the bottom line, and I don't want that in my city anymore. So yeah, thanks. Yeah.